All right, today we're going to talk about two animals that don't really fit into the other categories. I wanted to give credit again to Jack Ham, How to Draw with Animals, and his simplification technique here. So we've got the ermine, which is kind of a mink or a weasel. All of those kind of fit in this category, and a seal. And I know that they really don't have a lot of similarities in the animal world, but they do have similar shapes. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So we still start with our elongated oval. It's just even longer than we imagined it to be. With our weasel. Let's draw two different views here. So we've got a weasel standing up. It's obviously, see that long oval. Flattened out at the ends, right? We've got our head. How many heads can we fit in there? That's without the snout. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, we've got our feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about right. This is the size of his head. So we got a little head up here. Not much of a neck. It sort of blends in. Got our snout on the front. This guy's looking in the front, but I thought I'd go ahead and do that. So we've got our head, our neck, our body. His feet come down when he's standing up here, so we're going to add that. How many heads can we fit in those feet? 1, 2. 1, 2. A little bit long. See? I'll always shorten them up later. Again, every animal is different. No two are alike, but we're just trying to get it. So this guy, actually, his hips, do a little bit with hips. His hips are here, right? His feet are here. When he's standing up, crouching, a little bit wider shoulders. Okay. Ears, again, almost as big as the head, right? On these small weasel-like animals. Okay. Again, drawing a little bit darker than I would normally ask you to. Because I want to be able to see it on camera. All right, there's our weasel-like creature. Now let's bring in our seal. A lot of different views of seal, but often we don't see them in the water unless you see them in the water and they're laying down. This guy's going a little bit away from us. We don't have a great side view. We do have one here a little bit. Still an oval, right? But a lot thinner at the end. Let's just go ahead and do that from the very beginning. And he's going away from me, so it's going to get even smaller, right? As things go away, they get smaller. Now the head, snout pretty much goes with the head, so how many can we fit there? 1, so he's going away from me, so let's guess 3. I'm just going to go ahead and guess. You can always change it later. Got our circle, our snout. You can see his neck goes into here. That flipper is at least as long as the head, if not longer, right? Kind of flattened, but still very muscular, not weak in any way. These flippers are very strong. Almost like fingers on there, right? Still got some muscles in there. You always want to show the muscles of an animal. Show how strong you can be. Right? So that tail's going to be a lot smaller than it would if it were actually sideways because it's going away from me. I'm going to add that. Okay. Then we get to go over the lines So, if you're watching this one first, you can see that what we're doing here is we're using this book. We're going over the oval shape of the body. This guy's oval is up, of course, and sideways, a little bit thinner on the bottom. The hip shape, this guy doesn't have, the muscles go right into his hips, but you can see these guys' hips are splayed open a little bit. The legs, which would, if they were shown the other way, crouching, you'd see that. Head is an oval again. And then we combine these on top of each other. Of course, these heart shape, you don't leave in there in the end, right? You only go over the lines that you want to keep, like this tiger and bear, elephant. So you would never go over those shape shapes, but it's important for adding shading and for understanding the animal. So I'm going to go back over. So I did the body, the head, neck, ears, then the hips and shoulders, legs, feet, hose. I generally start from the bottom, but not always. Okay, let's go over the lines that we want to keep. So here is our ermine. So I'm going to make his head a little bit rounder than I did. Make his ears back around, maybe a little bit more jowly. The snout. And covering the inside, shading, right? Nose. So cute. Come back around. I'm going to give him a little bit stronger arms than I did. His arms look a little bit weak. More shoulders than I did. Okay. I'm not going to go all the way up. I'll do that with some shading. Come back around. I know that he does get heavier on the end. He's got his little feet. You can see by up here what his feet probably look like, which they're not that big. I'm just going to add a little oval, a little C shape. Again, come spin around, go up and around. All right, then I can add my shading underneath his neck. You always shade the dark parts and it makes the light parts pop out, right? On the sides. Yeah. You make this part pop out. Okay. Now we have our seal. All right. Now he is looking towards me so that there is a definitive line here between his head. I'm not going to continue that though. I'm going to do that with shading. Go around. Got a big muscle here. Flipper, giving him some stability. I'm going to make that a little bit longer. Okay. A little bit bigger chest than I did in the first turn. More around fingers. You can always make adjustments when you're keeping those lines. Like I'm going to get a little bit smaller back here to show that he's sort of in the background. And his tail's going away from me. Get even smaller so you can see that that's not quite right unless he's going away from me. Bigger hump here. All right. I'm not going to fill in the rest of his head. His eyes, again, sort of like ours. That's why we think they're so cute, are in the middle of their face and pretty dark. They don't have a lot of white space. Okay. We got our nose, which is about, again, halfway down, just like ours. And they are like a little cat in the sense they have this little mouth. Oh, he doesn't look happy. There, he's happier. You can add the dots. There's whiskers. You can always add the whiskers, especially if you do it with white marker, but you don't want to do it with black. You're going to add some fur to delineate this neck, right? So you always want to add your fur. This guy doesn't have a lot of fur, so I'm actually going to make clear marks, just shading in the parts that I see, emphasizing this muscle here by shading around it, right? Come back down here, shade that belly. Right. I'm going to make this darker than it probably would be so that it goes away, right? Darkness recedes, lightness comes forward. There we go. Again, I would probably add a line there, but why not do it? Who cares? There we go. All right. There are our two other animals that didn't quite fit in other categories.